What is going on, college football fans around the world? And in today's preview video, we will be covering the Miami Hurricanes versus the Duke Blue Devils. These two teams are facing off this Saturday, November 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2 at Hard Rock Stadium. I know what some of you guys are thinking. I can't believe that Coop is showing his face after that Boston College beatdown. Listen, I told y'all, Coop is not going anywhere. I will be here win or loss, no matter how bad it is, no matter how bad it gets. So if you want to see Miami Hurricanes coverage all year long, not just during the season, not just when things are good, not just when things are bad. You want to see Miami Hurricane stuff all year long. Make sure you hit that little subscribe button down below. It's super simple. If you're on your phone, all you got to do is touch it. If you're on your computer, all you got to do is click it. But there's really not any special announcements for this video, so let's just go ahead and hop right into the preview. Let's talk some history between these two teams, between Miami and Duke. These guys have met on the field 15 times in total, with Miami absolutely dominating the series 13-2. And it's been a hot minute since Duke has beaten Miami. The last time they beat them was back in 2013. Now the game last season, Miami did win, and they won that game 31-6. And since we're already talking some numbers, let's go ahead and hit you guys with some stats for these two teams. Now keep in mind that I round these up or down respectively. We're not doing any of the 0.2 or 0.6. I'm just going to go ahead and round them up or down. So far this season, average points per game for Duke coming in at 32, for Miami 35. Average points allowed against them per game, Duke coming in at 24, Miami coming in at 19. If you're starting to notice here, these teams are very similar on paper. Yards per game average for Duke this season, 410. Miami coming in at a very close 388. Now, yards allowed against them per game, this is probably the biggest difference between these two teams. Duke coming in at 389, with Miami coming in at a very respectable 262. And as I just mentioned, on paper, these two teams look very similar. Also, both of them are 5-3. And also, both of these teams are not living up to the hype. In all reality, both Miami and Duke are not meeting the expectations that were set for them for this season. Now, for Miami, we are all, even Duke fans, trust me, even the Duke fans know about this, we are all familiar with the QB controversy that is currently going down. And yes, for those of you unaware, it has been announced. Malik Rozier is starting in this game. I know Duke fans are, yes, and Miami fans are, why? And I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. I want to give you Miami fans some scary statistics. So far this season, Duke has thrown only 4 interceptions. A question for the Miami fans. Do you guys have a guess as to how many interceptions Miami has thrown so far this season? I'll give you a second. Go ahead and think about it. 10. The Miami Hurricanes have thrown 10 picks so far this season. Malik's completion percentage, 52%. Duke's QB, Daniel Jones, 65%. I understand that this is a whole different debate. This is a whole separate video. But what I'm getting at is Rozier has been named the starter for this game, and in all reality, it's pretty scary for Miami fans because he's really just not played that great this season. And matched up with Daniel Jones, who, in my opinion, is pretty accurate and has a pretty strong arm, is a very scary thing to think about. So with that out of the way, let's talk about something scary for the Duke fans. A few more injuries, and the Blue Devils might just have to go ahead and cancel the rest of their season. I seriously don't know how much more your depth chart can handle. A lot of guys on your roster that are playing injured. So let's go ahead and transition over to keys for a Miami victory in this game. Number one, Miami fans, you guys know this one is coming. I know that it's been on the list. Coop, it's been on the list every week. Well, Coop's going to keep saying it until something different happens here, until something improves. Plain and simple, play calling must be better. Now, I understand that a complete overhaul of your offense in the middle of the season is not really doable. I mean, I get that. I know that it's not. But, Mark Richt, you got to have more than 5 plays in that playbook. I mean, at least I hope so. He does, right? Number 2, Miami's problems are much deeper than just Rozier. Let's be honest. However, Rozier does lack accuracy and arm strength. I mean, plain and simple, review the tape, go back and watch the games. It's pretty obvious. In my opinion, a change at QB would increase the Canes' chances at winning this game. And trust me, we've already had this argument. Perry has some issues on the field and off the field. I get it. But when Rozier steps on the field, Miami's chances of winning the game drop drastically. And lastly, if a lot of fans show up, it's nighttime, it gets loud, it gets rowdy, it could make an impact in this game and could increase Miami's chances of winning, and Miami should take that energy, if it's there, and that noise level, and use it to their advantage. Now, the part that the Duke fans have been waiting for, keys for a Duke victory in this game. Number 1, Duke's defense will need to step up and limit Miami's rushing yards. Now, I know some of you Canes fans are laughing. Miami's run game has not been very successful so far this season. Let's just be real. It's been mediocre at best due to the offensive line and a couple of other issues that we're having. But the thing is, Duke has been allowing a lot of rushing yards against them so far this season. Look back at the Pitt game last week. Do you guys know how much Pitt rushed for against Duke last week? 481 yards. Ouch. So Duke's defense will need to step up and not give Miami's run game a chance to get going in this game. Point number 2, and I know that we touched on this earlier, but Duke must stay healthy during this game. This is absolutely critical because a lot of Duke's players are currently playing with injuries, and they honestly can't afford to lose many more players. And lastly, Duke fans, I think you can agree that your special teams play has not been very good so far this season. So a big play for you guys on maybe a punt return or a kickoff could provide a huge spark for your offense and get you guys pumped up. So special teams play for Duke needs to be better in this game. And now for a more humorous and pointless part of the video. This is purely tradition because we've done this since day one on these videos. The ESPN matchup predictor. They have Miami's win percentage chance coming in at a 74.6% chance of winning and Duke coming in at 25.4%. So ESPN does have Miami favored in this game. Again, this stat means absolutely nothing, and I'm not really sure why I put this in these videos any longer. So, moving on, you guys know what's coming up next. This is how we end every video. Coop's score prediction for this game. You guys are witnessing history here. This is a first ever. This has never been done on this channel before. I am giving 2 different score predictions for this game. And I know, that's not fair. You can't give 2 score predictions. Well, listen, sometimes life's not fair. You got to do what you got to do. So here's the deal. Okay, so I'm going to catch some heat from some people for this. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. If Rozier plays the entire game, this is the first time ever for multiple things. If Rozier plays this entire game, the Miami Hurricanes will most likely lose this game. Yes, Coop is predicting a losing score for the Miami Hurricanes. First time ever on this channel. 24-13. It's not that I don't believe in this team. I'm just facing reality here. Again, Rozier, he lacks accuracy. He lacks arm strength. He lacks football IQ. And I'm not hating on the dude. He's a nice person. He's a cool guy. He's come up for Miami clutch in the past. But the thing is, he's just not having a good year this year. It's just not his year. It's time to move on. And again, we're not going to get deep into that. But it kind of hurts my heart to do this. But if he starts the entire game, Miami will probably lose this game to Duke. However, I am predicting if someone else comes into the game at some point, I don't know, Perry, Williams, anybody, Miami can pull out a dub in this game. It would still be a close one, don't get me wrong. It would still be a close one because Duke's playing pretty good football right now. Miami would pull out the win, in my opinion, 21-17. Again, a close, hard-fought game. And I know, it's crazy, right? Seeing Coop pick the Canes to lose a game, it's crazy. But the thing is, the reason I've always picked the Canes to win, I've been making these videos since the beginning of last season, and I've picked Miami to win every single game they've played. And I get called a lot of things due to that. I get called the Miami Hurricanes homer. I get all kinds of things. The thing is, I legitimately have felt like Miami can compete in all of these games. Miami has the talent and athleticism to win all of these games that they've played in. And that's why I have chosen the Miami Hurricanes to win, not just because I'm a fan. The thing is, based on the events of this season, based on just the things that are going on, the way we've been playing, I legitimately think that we could lose this game. And I'm trying to give you guys an honest opinion. And like I said, I'm not just hating on Rozier. It's not just on him. Don't get me wrong. Hopefully some of you have made it this far into the video so you can hear this. It's not just Rozier. It's also the offensive line. It's also the play calling. It's the coaching. There's a lot. Trust me. But again, that's a whole different video. And we're in the middle of the flipping season. So not a lot of changes are going to happen right now. It's just not possible. And I know Duke fans, I know you guys are laughing. And it's okay because I welcome trash talk. So bring it on. It's okay. But if Rozier plays the entire game, we drop it. We lose. If someone else plays, not saying that they're necessarily light years ahead and not much better, but we do have a better chance of winning the game. So what I want to know, you guys let me know your score predictions down in the comment section below. Duke fans, please drop yours as well. Honestly, it's been kind of lonely over here because it's been only Miami fans. No Boston College fans showed up on my video. Okay, maybe one or two of you. Maybe one or two Virginia fans. I know y'all Duke fans exist. I know you do because you were talking smack on my videos last season. So Duke fans, show up, drop your score prediction, talk your smack. It's all just a bunch of friendly banter back and forth. Things get heated from time to time, but it's all in good fun. But remember, guys, we are all one big happy college football family. But at the end of the day, I gotta say it is always better when you get to rep the U. College football vids. Peace out, guys. And I did want to give a special thanks to these patrons that support me on Patreon. I have an image up here that has their names on it. Thank you guys so much for all of the support you show me. Those monthly pledges go towards upgrading my equipment, prizes for subscribers, and also they contribute towards my monthly donation to St. Jude. So thank you guys so much for that.